delay.
Oh, okay. Oh my goodness.
So you're gonna
It's
put
like-
the camera,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you want to, like you can see here. Look, here, look. Got it? So you can move any place and put it in. It's going with the sound right now. Online. Got it?
Okay, so
We're done.
we're done. Okay, so we can't just focus it on the candidates. So
If you want, you
so
can
I
put
have
it
to see
right here.
everything, so I have to move it around.
Huh?
I have to move it around.
If you want, we can put it right here. Like, you know, some people will be seeing on the first row.
Right.
And, you know.
And the candidates.
I can use that camera,
Why
but
not?
we don't see the candidates.
Oh, that makes sense.
We will
yeah.
see everyone except the candidates.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
So
All
we're
right.
online.
We're online.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
So
this little thing is to move it over so it doesn't, okay, so it stops here. So you don't see these two people, you just see the ones with the bags.
look,
Okay,
you can move whatever you want. If you want, look, you can do this.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So look, don't forget. This is for the
easel or
for the stand. This is for the cables and all other stuff.
Okay.
Don't lose none of it.
Nope, so I take everything back to the office?
So this is the password. So
Okay. Just for us, for the Wi-Fi.
no, for the Wi-Fi, I will not gonna give you the password. I will
Okay.
change it after the
Okay,
party.
okay, so
This is
This
for
one-
the computer.
okay. Just in case it turns off.
Yeah, I'm gonna explain the security. So Wi-Fi no
No.
until 8:30.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
8:30. Okay. Okay. No. It has to make it go up. have to talk. I say who? Who's somebody? Yeah, but I don't like Mom does that. We had an agreement yesterday. Just yesterday we said, she said she's gonna be the one to feed Caitlin, do everything, put her to sleep. Why is she leaving today? Oh, Al has to tell us how he wants this camera. If he wanted to just focus on them, we don't need to be on the audience. We definitely don't need it to be on the audience. There's no reason to be. The audience can ask questions. Okay. Okay. So let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna put it up over here. We can't put it right in front of the camera's face. Ow.
Well, this is just the stuff that I hate to do. You know? Where's Dylan? He's all set up?
Yeah, he's all set up.
This is the last time this happens to me. You need those are set up first thing. I'm gonna have to create a checklist for you two. Those are the microphones?
Huh?
You sure?
Yeah, those are the two. You only
Two.
have two.
Oh, we got a whole set of them.
Where?
There's 6 of them.
These have to be the ones. The same ones we used last time.
Well, but what about if we, hello, Jose. Hey, I got a, I'm over here with Whistler trying to untangle all this shit and plug it in. And then,
Time.
well, I go that way. Anyway, so what we used to. Yeah. You know how to turn those on. We should have more than 2 microphones. So where's all the microphones? Only 2? There's a whole case.
How many microphones
There's
you
a
have
case with.
in your office?
I don't know where they're at.
There's only 2 I know.
You gotta look in the case because 2.
It's only 2 microphones. That's it.
That's it.
The ones that work.
What happened to them? We used to have 5, 6.
No, we only have 2 microphones.
What? Oh, you sure?
Yeah, since I've been there, it's 2 microphones.
Oh.
The wireless ones.
Pass them down.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so let's see. Jesus, we're gonna wrap this.
Call me. At what time is the meeting?
7, we're okay.
Let me know so if I have to go back right
No, you won't have to come back. We'll call you if I need you. Okay? We're ready to plug it in.
Okay, let me know if it works. Please.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. Does something like this. God. Yeah. Think we should be doing this?
No.
Won't let it
No.
happen again.
No. Never. And your like warming should always be set up first.
At least come and check before everybody goes home. You know, it's not that difficult, but it is when it's just us,
Yeah.
and now we get pressed for time.
Yeah. Now it's on.
Sure?
Yeah. So these microphones to this thing. Should go more. These are all the candidates' tables. All of them. It's 11 chairs.
in, whoever the speaker is. This is for the audience.
Okay.
When they ask their questions, okay? That's how it's gonna work.
Nice.
This,
Right.
what do we do here now?
Well, this. So that stays here, and if someone from one of
Really
these
should
two
have
guys
been-
want to
this
talk,
is not really where that camera should be.
should be in the
podium.
back, right?
Should be in the back to
Like-
catch the guy at the podium. But we can't.
Why
Well,
not?
pull it,
We can
because
just
you
put a
got-
table. He can just come back and we put a table back there and put the camera to face there for real.
I don't want to unplug anything.
Because we have an extra table right back there.
How are you?
Hello.
Freezing.
Freezing? What is, Arnie, what
I
is that?
found it.
Winter
What?
time.
You found this?
Yeah, I found it.
Where?
I found. Is that okay?
What is it?
The ballot.
It's a
is that
ballot.
right?
No, no good.
No.
Why?
Because there's no name,
Why?
no unit,
Where's
no
the
nothing.
outer envelope? You can't.
What other envelope? It's upstairs. What other envelope?
There's an
Oh,
outer.
this is
outer.
yours? Yeah, you put it inside
There's a
of the
bigger
envelope.
I
envelope.
didn't know
that's-
that.
Oh, I thought you said you meant you found it like,
Oh, so
Found
wait a
it.
minute. So this isn't acceptable?
no. It doesn't
What
have a,
other envelope?
there's
One
another
is-
white one that comes in the package.
Oh, I gotta go up.
Yeah. It's not for tonight, so.
No.
It's not for tonight.
Oh, it's not for tonight?
No, so
the
you have
second.
time. You got another week.
Oh, the 16th.
This is just to ask questions of the candidates.
Oh, okay.
You know.
All right.
Yeah.
What are they gonna do for you?
Yeah.
Are they gonna
I
actually do stuff?
Nobody's gonna do anything.
How much money are they gonna steal or not steal?
They're all gonna steal.
But
No,
how
they're
much
all
of
gonna
you?
steal.
No.
Listen to me.
They're
I
not
should-
out
I
there
should-
stealing.
hold on.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Escucha.
See,
Escucha.
See?
The Russians want nothing,
yeah.
okay?
Well, yeah.
They're terrible. And the Canadians want to spend money. I'm voting for the Canadians.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay,
They
so I
wanna
have
fix
to
the
do
place.
this,
That's all. But you gotta.
You gotta put it in another envelope, Arnie.
but I
Yes.
can't
The
come.
one that has your name, your
I
phone
have-
number.
I have 10 grandchildren visiting
Oh my gosh.
now.
Wow, that's a
And
baseball.
do I look like this?
We got a baseball team. So, how's the audio?
I'm gonna-
This is not starting till when?
7. What, this?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's-
He said it, he just said we
Okay,
have no
got it,
sound.
okay. All right, thanks. Yeah, man. Take care. See you tomorrow. Yeah, it has to be a starting point. We can't be started now.
I think it is running. What are we running? Let me go get the thing.
These are questions we gotta ask.
You can tell me. Is it running already? So everything that's going on now is recording? It's screening. Okay, and what about the audio? Oh, okay. He says everything is on. They can hear and see.
So
Okay.
we gotta delete what we just did.
Yeah, we gotta delete what we just did. Yeah, because we're in the
Lady was in
moving
there
around
saying
stuff
things
and
about the Russians.
no, I don't think. Huh? Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Oh. For the candidates and the people that have the questions, right? But the stuff before that, we have to do anything before 7. We have to delete. He said he cannot. Okay. So you seen Al not too long ago, and you heard him on the microphone. Hmm. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
You're on? I'm on?
Yes, you're on.
Right now, we are streaming. It means we're not recording anything. We're streaming. Everybody's full. Push the link. Start to watch.
Okay.
Right now. So it's with the sound and with the video. We're not recording this meeting.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So
It's streaming, so you don't need to even delete anything, you know?
it's live
Because
streaming.
it's nothing.
Live
Okay.
streaming.
Yeah, it's a live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Dylan. Bye.
All right, so we can't let anybody in here
Oh,
talking.
yeah.
All right, we're good to go.
Oh, wait, my keys. My keys. Yeah. Oh, wait, one of the microphones are on. Anyway. I'll turn it off before. Hold on, Al. Microphone is on. walk in near the camera. See, I just passed by the camera. Okay. Okay, that is so weird. I really hope people are not seeing that. That's so weird. I'm gonna call them. Yeah, I'm gonna call them. Tell them that. Okay. Okay. Arlene.
Can I come in?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, thank you. Hello. Hi, Whistler. How are you? Hello. How are you?
We're fighting here tonight.
Hopefully.
Our security gonna keep it up, okay?
Is that what you
Try not to be. Who are you voting for?
Hey, Sandra. Hi. Good, how are you?
I said, oh, I was there. Kathy said, it came. So you got the
Yeah.
No, it's the program.
I'm gonna get up to a lot of people. Come to vacation.
So how you doing? Survived the face around?
How is it going?
You survived by staying at the pool.
Yeah, I know. You were here?
I wasn't there.
Oh.
When I went out, I came upstairs, downstairs, I go around and I see the thing, and I asked. This is all. But I heard it from some of the works. So it wasn't.
Oh my God.
So New York, they come here, they like to concert, they rent the place. And that's what they like, but I said, this is somebody that works here, but it was a rubber song. That's what I think. I said, what? I said,
So what you do now? You would like,
and I didn't get it clear either, so that's why I said it might just be a rumor, because if that was the truth, I would think it'd be more.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
We'll go crazy.
We tried to figure out what happened. We were, I was out there, as these helicopters and everything.
It was on the beach.
Yeah. So there was girls out there, not only with us, someone said that there was sharks out there. And there was spider cops. And so the garage here, and the other side, so I have a feeling someone.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how they do it. Because they kept circling that area. I just think someone was coming to the security.
Oh, yeah? Hey, we're live streaming tonight. Hi, Rebecca. We're live streaming. Great body. Here now, we're
Every time I tell her something, she says, I just can't understand it. I have to punch it and start working. That's what I think about it. I'm saying, and I never say that.
Supposedly it adds 10 pounds.
Oh, then you guys.
I don't need any help. I don't need any help.
I shouldn't say that.
We would be the first one.
Is there any seating arrangement?
No, wherever you like. Got 11 seats, I don't know how many candidates are coming. When we pull your name out of the. Careful.
Hello.
Hello. Give you the center chair.
Are you supposed to be getting up? Or you're supposed to get up?
Stand up. We're gonna pull names out of this hat to see who goes first.
So once you pull the name, the person
Yes.
goes there and he introduces himself.
Exactly, and then you have 3 minutes to discuss whatever, say whatever your resume or whatever your message to the owners are, of what you're gonna
But
do.
there's no discussion at that time.
No, not that, just what you want to say.
Your introduction.
Yes, and then afterwards, they'll have 2 minutes to ask questions.
But that's afterwards. we finish
After
all the
all the
introduction.
candidates are presented.
I'm Al Villaverde.
Mr. Villaverde?
Yes.
Robert Marventa. Okay. Villaverde.
Sí.
Spanish.
Español.
Español.
Capítulo, no va.
I understand that too, I understand we can't speak.
Give the other candidates a couple minutes. We're on live television. All over the world. So behave, please. Tonight, no killing is streamed. We're streaming live tonight. Okay.
So he's here, I think. I think that the other candidates here.
Let's let you go for sure. I don't know. So we'll start at 7 with all the names. Just one, and then. Oh, there's going to be a lot. lot of people, he didn't bring enough chairs. We'll get the rover to bring some chairs. Anyway, good idea.
I got an email from someone from Washington.
Well, I just moved it around. Yeah, I was trying to get some of the audience. It looked very good on.
Okay, great. In which direction are we gonna go? The first one used to be.
Well, no, we pull names out.
I used to pull names out.
One at a time. After they speak, we pull the next one. That way it's gender. Right?
It's all gonna be good.
Yes, absolutely. No, this is all good tonight. This is very informative meeting. Exactly. That's all it's about.
But we have to, grab a few people and twist their arms to shut them up.
We will. I'm in the mood. Oh, we're bringing some more chairs. Wow. Well, when it gets to the podium is where they're going to stand up and speak. See? It's really, yeah. Right? Oh, you didn't have to bring me wine.
Is that wine now?
I'm not on cameras. Very risky to leave a glass of wine in my hand.
It's his wine. Yeah.
Very tempting.
Yes. This hour.
Yeah, I think we're going to start. We're missing one.
We miss you, but
Mr. Gorbachev here, so it's so Kaplan. So, oh, okay, we got it. Oh, okay, good.
that's probably on Palomino.
Mr. Palorino left town, I believe. I don't know why. He's the only one that's missing. Okay, so we're going to start.
Really? Wow.
Very, but it's a small room.
Yeah.
We'll start. We have a overflow crowd tonight. Thank you all for coming. This is a very important and very informative meeting tonight. So hopefully we stay under control. No speaking out of turn, please. We're going to first hear what all the candidates have to say, and they have 3 minutes to do so. We'll be pulling the names out of the hat, or actually the basket, but and then we'll begin. They have 3 minutes. Good, you ready? First,
Vincent Casatori.
Vicente Cacciatore, okay.
So I'm the one chosen for birthday. Good evening to everybody. My name is Vincenzo Cacciatore. I emigrated to Montreal, Canada with my parents in 1953. I live in Montreal, Canada. I am married with 2 children, and I'm semi-retired with time to spare. I am a businessman, more than 50 years experience. I have held positions such as chairman of the board, president, CEO, chief executive officer. I have developed many shopping centers and distribution centers. I presently manage multiple companies which are located in California and in Montreal. I believe in transparency and accountability. I manage in writing by setting policies and operational structures. I have been coming to this building since the last 30 years. I decided to run to the board member position because since the last 10 years, I've seen the building that has considerably deteriorated. In front of you sits all members that are seeking elections of the board and can be defined as 3 groups. One group which are independent, another group which is represented by this presentation, and another group which is represented by this presentation. I am part of this presentation. The group that I am part of have agreed to implement what is written in the presentation, to have transparency at all levels, to make Parque Dorado a 5-star building, to make this building the envy of the Hollandale Strip, to cater to the needs of the elders, to give condo owners accessibility to all information. If you share the view of the team, I ask all of you to vote for us. The team is ready to make the difficult decisions. As a last point, prior to casting your vote, I would kindly ask yourself the following questions. Am I satisfied with the historical management of this building? Do I want the value of the condo to increase, or I am asked to pay for additional improvements? Did the $5.5 million that was spent increase the condo value? Do I want to continue to hear convincing words with no results? Do I want that the building be managed with promises and general words with no specific written commitment? Do I want to change or continue the same type of management? Why does the condo value has such a low sale price when the building has the best location in the strip? Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
No questions, no?
No questions till after all the 11 candidates have been named.
It's on Pasquale, isn't it here?
The only one that's here.
Clyde Zucker.
Hello. Good evening, everybody. My name is Clyde Zucker, and I've decided to run for the board for numerous reasons. Firstly, my family is probably, or I know, the longest-standing family in this building, when the building was built in the early 70s. And I remember at that time when it was built, Parque Dorado was the most pristine building on the street. For many, many years, this was it. The real estate values were up. It was the nicest place to live. Now I have my grandchildren, which is the fourth generation, and I want to see this building come back to where it was. We have a lot of issues that I was never aware of, as I haven't spent that much time here. However, I retired several months ago. I plan on spending more time here with my kids when they're out of school, when they're on vacations, and I will be here whenever it's necessary for meetings. And my background, I have had my own business for 51 years. I retired last month, and I started it. It was a multi-million-dollar business that I started when I was 23 years old. Prior to that, at 23, also, or actually at 19, I started working full-time, and at 23, actually 24, I started my business. I ran a company that I employed over 200 people at 23 years old. And then I went into a different business, which I just retired from. I belong to many boards, homeowner boards that represent 360 homes, and I was on a board for several years representing 5,000 homes, being involved in every facet of it, from security to infrastructure to finance, and I could go on and on and on. Interfacing with the different contractors that we hire, also with the Army Corps of Engineers, with our congressmen, senators, right up to Washington. I have the experience there, and in the security end, I am a director in Suffolk County, where I have a house, director of the police reserves since 1996 when it was formed. I was an advisor to the police commissioner, and I interface with all kinds of law enforcement individuals over the years. I feel that I do have credentials to be on the board and work with everybody. One thing, as been said, transparency. That is so important, and not what we've had here in the past. I'm not knocking anybody or going in that direction. We do need a change and to move on if we're going to get this building back in shape. Now,
Hey, Clyde, in closing, anything, the 3 minutes have expired.
real fast,
Real
I'll say
fast.
something. Someone handed you a glass of wine,
Yes.
red wine. If we don't move ahead, that's what our water could look like. I don't know.
Okay.
I hate to say it, but that's where we're at. Thank you, and I appreciate
Thanks.
Eric Ornstein.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, all my Parker Dorado neighbors. I'm Eric Orenstein. My wife Rebecca and I owned here since 2008 and have permanently resided here since 2011. We recently purchased Unit 611 and intend to live here for the rest of our lives. I'm running for the board for just that reason. I have a long-term vision of making Parker Dorado wonderful again. I'm happy to see that although many candidates have some differing opinions, there seems to be more in common than in different. This will hopefully finally lead to electing board members that are willing to set these indifferences aside and work together as a united board so decisions can be made and things can move along. The only way that we can accomplish the difficult tasks and projects that are before all of us is to work as one board. Priorities must be established. For example, we need to properly fix the air conditioning humidity issue so that we can then resolve the mold problem in as permanent a manner as possible. Resolve the washer dryer equipment issue as soon as possible. Complete mechanical and infrastructure projects that continue to linger on immediately. That's only the tip of the iceberg. We all know there are serious infrastructure problems in this not-so-new building. We must be proactive, diligent, and anticipate other important issues that will continue to arise. But we must finish these things first. Unlike in the past, we must have professional project management. This means licensed local professionals doing the work with a professional project manager overseeing them. The board should not micromanage. That's never worked for us in the past. We should better leverage the skills of current active professionals. The board should organize, supervise, enforce accountability. I believe that every candidate who is running for the board has the best intentions. A job title does not necessarily mean that this person has the complete skill set the title portrays, nor does it make them qualified to participate in a leadership role. Board members must be willing to compromise, agree to disagree, and work together as one. Things must move along and be completed in a timely manner. Transparency is a word that's been used a lot by past boards, but never provided to us, the owners. At a minimum, there should be a monthly newsletter or a simple memo posted from the board where all can see our goals and the status of all current projects. Our home is a multi-million-dollar organization and needs to be operated effectively and efficiently. I'm an independent candidate. My only allegiance is to our home, Park Dorado, and making it the place it should be. A beautiful, happy, and healthy place, both physically and aesthetically. I've heard many of you who have owned here for a long time, even multiple generations, speak of how wonderful this building once was. With your help and commitments, let's all work together to make it be that way once again. If you choose to vote for me, I'll do my very best to collaborate with the other board members to represent all owners. Together, let's set the right course to get things done properly, professionally, economically, and timely. There is much to do. Thank you.
And the next.
Unfold.
Leo Ladowski.
Hi everybody, my name is Leo Moldavsky.
The microphone, Leo.
Oh, sorry. Hello everybody, I'm Leo Moldavsky. I'm a full-time resident here for about 4 years. About my career, for the first 20 years I was a consultant, designer, and a field engineer supervising construction of chemical plants, refineries, military vessels. For the last 30 years I managed my own construction company. We were specializing in building and renovating single and multi-unit houses. I built 6 houses with my own hands, every last nail. I do it all, carpentry, electrical, AC. I'm a licensed plumber, and I'm also familiar with all the building codes. My best feature is that I know how to do high quality renovation quickly and economically. I have many ideas on how to save a lot of money, our money, on things like utility, management, and maintenance. I'd like to mention, for those who don't know that I'm an inventor, a lot of people here saw me invent the technology and repair by myself all our beach umbrellas. I'm offering my expertise to all of you, free of charge, of course. Unfortunately, I cannot do it all by myself, not alone. So I'm asking you to please vote for full-time residents, people who feel the pulse of our building and possess knowledge and experience that our building needs right now. If I'm elected, I will propose a plan of action to the board. That plan was sent by email by many residents. If somebody didn't receive it, I have a copy. Please see me after the meeting. In conclusion, I'd like to say that if I'm elected, my knowledge and experience will go to work restoring Park at the Dorado reputation as one of the most prestigious buildings in Hollandale. I promise to do my very best to create unity in our new board, to ensure that no money is wasted, that we have a full transparency for all board decisions. I will never compromise my integrity for any political or financial purpose. Believe me, I'd rather sit on the beach or the pool and enjoy my retirement, but I'm tired to see our building in such poor condition, and I'm ready to work hard to protect our investment. Thank you so much, and if somebody wants my plan, I've made copies. I'll give it to you after the meeting. Thank you so much.
Joseph Kaplan.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Joseph Kaplan. I'm living here during 6 years, full-time resident with my family and family of my son. And I work on every meeting, and I know our situation from here. And I think that I thought about our situation because as everybody, and I understand that we have many problems, engineering problems and organization problems. And there are best decisions and very cheap decisions and very simple decisions that we can organize and make the organization situation when, for example, our management is working for our building, but everybody could look and understand that there are many problems from the organization. For example, they must have not only responsibility in the works, but in fact, they must have duty, and every owner must have information every month after every meeting and after every problem what we have in our building. Not only laundry problem, but another. We must have information. It's management duty and the responsibility. And I think that I know that it's possible to organize by working with a good board of directors, and if it's possible, I can organize many real situations and questions. For example, we pay every month on maintenance, everybody, but we have no preventive maintenance. It means that we must be must know about situation in the building, and we must not only pay maintenance payments, but know what we have in every engineering service what we have in must have. And I think that if you work for me, I will work in the board of directors or in the committee if it will, and I will try to do all my best for this job. Thank you.
Vladimir Gorbachev. No.
Hi everybody, my name is Vladimir Gorbachev. Born in Moscow by Russian people. Okay, okay. And I got one minute, sorry, I got speech on 3 hours. Okay.
Mike isn't on.
Hold it closer. So cool. Okay. Born in 1947 in Moscow by Russian family. Finished 2 well-paid education universities. One is physics, mathematics, physics, and computer. What I done in Moscow from 47 to 1991. I built atomic bomb first. I know what big bomb can do. Second, I built nuclear bomb. I know what the big bomb can do it. And then I built atomic submarine. And if you listen to me, I signed contract with Russian government, stay forever in Russia, because I very top knowledge engineers. This agreement was expired not long time ago. But in 1991, revolution in Russia gave me a chance to leave country. Before I cannot leave, I go to Siberia only to do something. And KGB gave me permission. 1 year, 1 month, leave the country and return. I leave country, and my first step in the United States was Alaska, Anchorage, where I got political asylum immediately here in Alaska. After political asylum, I started my life from zero. I make millions medium throttle in Russia, but started from 200 in packet in Alaska. Now, I work for many companies. The last company is NVIDIA. If you play game, you know what NVIDIA means. Now we have Tesla, is computer NVIDIA there. If you play games or using any computer, you're using NVIDIA chip. So I started a company with 27 people. Now a company 140 billions and 10,000 employees. I retired because I cannot work more. And 2011, I moved in Florida, this building. I have property in Hawaii, I have property in San Francisco, I just bought property in Dallas, in this one. And I have property also in Moscow so far. So, that's not important. More important, why we're here, everybody here. Here, because we will only choose some candidates sitting here behind me for best job for people. Everybody tell already what kind of problem I have. Okay, I'm corporate guy. I'm multi-millionaire. My family has private jet. We fly to Hawaii on private jet only. So, maybe I'm not interesting, but maybe not interesting for you. But my wife will maybe laughing. I never met the people here sitting here on any meeting because my wife prohibits me.
I'm sorry, Mr. Gorbachev, but
I finished.
you gotta wrap it up, please.
I will finish.
Please. No, not 1 minute.
Okay. Okay.
We have to move along.
People lost a lot information right away. Okay. So back to what we hear. We were laughing. My wife never give me a chance to go to meet you because she don't like it what's happening in this building. We checked already on Sunnyvale room, conduct room. But this is best building what we have right now.
Okay, Mr. Gorbachev, we have to move on, please. Thank you very much.
Robert Marvento.
Good evening. Thank you for welcoming me. Good luck to all the candidates. My name is Robert Marvento. I've purchased a condo here about 4 years ago. I'm married. I have a daughter, 2 stepchildren, and a grandson. I'm in the tire business, so we build tires. Sometimes they blow. So, that being said, I've decided to be part of the team to run as a board member. We have a vision that is important for all of us. We want to have transparency. We'd like to bring the building back to where it's supposed to be. In the past few years that I've been here, it's gone from bad to worse. And unfortunately, we are at the worst part. We need to evaluate professionally the situation of this building, and that's from the top to bottom, inside and out. And when we have a professional assessment of the building, then decisions have to be made on how money will be spent in order to correct the problems that we have here. If we don't do that, nothing is going to get solved. I was here the other day, and I was looking out of my balcony, and I saw a bunch of people looking for lounge chairs. I mean, it's the time of year where everybody comes here and wants to enjoy their time. And you know, that is a policy problem. We don't have policies that work here. We need policies in security. We need policies at the beach. We need policies in administration. And responsibilities have to be set forth in order to make these policies work. That's my story. So. When I look at a project, I look at the good and I look at the bad. And I always look at the bad because if that situation happens, I have to know how to deal with it. And right now we are at the bad, and we need to solve these problems for the well-being of everybody that's here. Live here year-round, or you vacation here, or your children come here. We want a safe environment. We want the elderly to be well taken care of. I'm getting old. I'd like to see where I'm at in 20 years. I wouldn't want to have to beg and ask and make sure that I'm well taken care of in a property that has the best location in Hollandale. And I think that is very important for all of us. Thank you very much for your time.
Marla Hopkins.
Good evening, neighbors. I decided to run for the board because I figured they need a female on the board, so that's the reason. I am running for the board because I want to help restore the prestige of Parque Dorado and make it happy and especially a safe place to live together. As a board member, I would be completely open and share information frequently with unit owners, and most importantly, treat everyone with respect. I am willing to work for you. I am someone who will listen and someone you can trust. This is who I am. Over the past year or so, I have become overly concerned about the direction in which things have been going. We need a unified board to calmly discuss our issues on your behalf and make the right decisions together and respectfully. When an open board meeting occurs with the unit owners present, we should be voting on issues that we, as a board, have already reviewed and discussed and simply vote. I have spent many hours with the other 3 members of my slate discussing how to accomplish this. We have a vision, and as Vince mentioned, we have a package together. If you haven't received it, then I have copies here if you would like. Things need to be done properly the first time as to not waste any more money. I'm not convinced that all of you realize that the guts of the building are in a very serious state. We need professionals to tell us what is essential so we may prioritize our urgencies. No more putting band-aids on the problems, praying that things don't break down completely. The role of a board is not to micromanage. A board should provide direction, make policies, not interfere in the daily operations, and then choose the accredited professionals to do the jobs right, after receiving the proper bids. Now, some of you are wondering how I could be on the board because I don't live here permanently. Besides being here for almost 6 months a year and available 24/7 through today's technology, having an excellent on-site general manager and dedicated staff is what is required. They are our ears and our eyes. As well, we would propose to have committees dedicated to the specific requirements in the building. These committees would have qualified people responsible for each aspect. I am not an engineer, plumber, nor a contractor. These are not requirements of a board member, in my opinion. What I do possess is excellent management and decision-making skills, having successfully managed projects and staff throughout my career. The word transparency has been used too easily the last few years. My meaning of transparency is full disclosure. All unit owners should know exactly what is going on, good or bad. Owners should know where we stand on all projects from the start, during, and the end of the project. We should know the financial status of each project and the building as a whole throughout the year. If elected, the question of whether or not I would tell the owners would never be a question. A bi-weekly or monthly communication is essential. This would eliminate all the rumors out there, but more specifically, owners would all know what's going on all the time. It's time to get this building healthy, to crack down on those Airbnbs, to make sure everyone follows the rules and live together in harmony. Everyone knows we have the best location on the beach. Let's make Parque Dorado a 5-star location that it used to be. Thank you.
Boris Levine.
Good evening to everybody. I am Boris Levin, live in apartment 1201. I live in the United States in 1989, and I am an electrical engineer who graduated from Polytech University in 1972. I was involved in developing in Russia for $1 million projects. In this country, I had, me and my wife had big retail business. And also, closer. Okay. I and my wife, we had big retail business. Also, I used to work in New York City Transit Authority as a manager for electrical and electronics field for over 20 years. 2 years ago, we moved to Parker Dorado and become a permanent resident here. Being a permanent resident, I will give all my experience and all my knowledge to make this building better and to make everybody happy, try to make everybody happy if I will be elected. Thank you very much.
Sergio Garibaldi.
Okay. You hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, all of them. My name is Sergio Garibaldi. I'm a permanent, or we prefer all year round resident of the Park of Dorado. I'm here since 2009. I served in 3 different boards. Unfortunately, one was cut off for sickness, and the other one because for another reason. I live in the second floor. I'm not far away from the management office, 3 minutes. So when I need it, I go. And before I was going, I solved problem with the manager. In behalf of the owner, I pay my maintenance fee. I followed all the rules of the Park of Dorado. I don't have any criminal record in 3 countries. My CV is explain what I've done in my life. I'm not young, but I'm lucky. I have a 2 age. I explain to you when we did that. Okay. I will defend the interest of the owners always against everybody, friends or enemies. I've done that when I was here. I completed some. I was in construction all my life. 35 years. I was a general contractor, and I'm a mechanical engineer. No here, no like that. That doesn't matter. Structural engineer. I try to avoid unnecessary expenses and help legal people, lawyer, to write contract using A1A, American typical contract, who has the priority to work in favor of the owners. Never was used it, only twice. For the roof, who I completely, with the good help from a technical engineer, and the biggest contract done it in the last 40 years. 3.5 million for restoration, structural restoration, to satisfy the 40-year warrant certification asked for the ship. We completed that with a lot of trouble. Okay, we had a fight with the contractor, with the engineer. The engineer was paid by us, and actually the contract was signed in 2013. It's not finished. It's the biggest problem we have to solve now. before we start spending money, because it's 1.5 million problem. Okay. Okay. Okay, actually, everybody knows, the contractors are suing us without finish the contract, by the contract here. And the contract was signed by me, and the contract was not terminated. We have a lien of $280,000 in the building. We have a court case now against us. Nobody do nothing, I was ready to do it when I resigned in 2016 from the board, because after I got this piece of paper, after endure.
Sergio, you're over time. You're over, sorry.
That's we don't have time to explain. I have a program in front of me. If somebody wanna take it, I'm ready to make everybody wanna know more. The past was not finished, the actual is not finished, and the future never was attached. That's why I run again, because I don't want to get assessment, huge assessment, and be obliged to this.
Thank you very much. Thank you to all the candidates. And we're going to start now with questions. No, there's no more. We're gonna start in order.
No, we have to leave. No.
Are we gonna have a chance to ask questions of the candidates after they speak?
Right now.
We're done. Or is it after each candidate?
We're going to begin now with the questions. After they spoke, we now will take questions, and you have 2 minutes.
I have a question. Here. I have a question to the 4 people that are running all together. And I want then perhaps to choose a spokesperson amongst the 4 of them to say whether or not they repudiate the idea of getting rid of the management company that's in place now and replacing that with a manager that they'll hire on their own. Can you choose somebody amongst the 4 of you?
You said that you were going to take them. We're going to speak and then everybody asking them. Keep on putting your structure.
Does nobody answer it?
He asked a question.
He asked a question of, I believe, this group, right? So someone should answer from this group. Yes, absolutely.
So your question is if we are going to dismiss the management company, is that correct?
Are you planning to get rid of repudiate, or will you continue to? I don't know if you.
Well, that's what you just said. Am I answering the right question? If we're going to dismiss the management companies?
Absolutely.
Immediately, no. There will be a change of structure of management, which the orders are going to be coming, the policies from the board. The procedures will be established by the committees, and the committees then will delegate the functions of the work of each individual structure or whatever, task that they need to accomplish. So at the moment, we will work with the management company. If they're able to fulfill and satisfy our needs, we will keep them. If they're not able to fulfill our needs, we will dismiss them.
I have a question. All of you, thank you for.
But you should ask the question of the individuals, I think, in the group.
I just want to know, thank you for all running. I know it's a hard task, but I would like to know if all of you know what's going on with the sprinkle system in the state of Florida, and where do you stand, and what do we need to know of what you're planning to do going forward. The sprinkle system.
He's talking about the fire sprinklers.
I get it. Oh, you want to answer? No.
I have a letter that's been written to all owners of building above, I don't remember the number, 86 feet. By the December 31st of 2019, we all have to have sprinkler system. Doesn't say what they're gonna do if they don't, but that's the thing coming, and there's no way out as far as I understand. I read that letter.
You're right, that's not true.
I read the letter. This was,
Last year, let me speak.
the letter was sent by the manager.
No, last year, Lucy and I walked around and we collect 168 signatures. And because we collect those signatures, we got a postponement for 10 years. That's what last year we did.
I have no idea. I've read the letter that was sent to everybody. If you know that's not true, perfect. We don't need to spend money. We definitely don't need that sprinkler system.
And the year before.
Okay?
We collect
Perfect.
signatures.
Nobody's
And
telling me
once we
that.
get the signatures, we get it right.
Good news. Thank you.
I'd like to ask a question. The question is directed at Leo, and it has to do with our security system and the valet system.
Yes.
As usual, words, people talk, things get around, and the latest information around the pool is that you're in favor of getting rid of our security and our valet system. Could you clarify that, please?
Absolutely. The talk was, I did talk to friends of mine. It was not something I said I'm going to do. It was a talk. I came from the building that my friends live here on Ocean Drive, a little bit more north. And our size building, there's no security, no will let anybody. Person came, opened the door, came to the building. I saw it. I was there numerous times. Absolutely secure, absolutely safe. And I said, we need the security. Yes, we do. I agree 100%. We need security. We need valet. I don't really know why we need to have two securities, two valet people. I don't know why we need two secretaries. We have 7, 8 people, maybe 3 or 4 could do the job, maybe not. This is not something I will ever decide. This is something I will present my opinion to the board, and board will decide.
If I may make a comment about that, after being in the building for 40 years, when as other people who have been there that period of time know that we had services in this building, such as when someone came with their groceries, there was someone to bring the groceries up. This isn't happening now because we don't have enough services. If we want to be, as everyone is saying, a first-class building, we will not be a first-class building with lax security, which is something that must be addressed.
I'm not against security at all.
I know you're not. I know you're agreeing with that, and also reducing any valet service. It's become a joke. We also used to have security in our garage for a very specific purpose. For those people who do not know, 2 women were held up at gunpoint in our garage, and after that happened, that's when they had the floating security system in the garage. There is nobody there now, and as you all know, you turn that television on every
They are working.
You turn that television on every morning, and there's been another shooting. Everybody can have a gun here. We are not secure in our home. I would be voting for someone who would say that's one of the most important points is that we are secure in our own environment. Thank you.
Team of 4 there. One of the goals for 2018 is to investigate the $5.5 million estimate. I'm just wondering, like, going forward, what would be the purpose of that, spending money on an investigation? Is there like a view to legal action? Is it just to satisfy curiosity? Why is that a goal?
I think we put that in there because everyone wants to know, if possible, where the money has gone. At a recent budget meeting, or one of the recent meetings we had, the current president mentioned to us that it is very difficult to get that information. But if there is a way, then we would like to know where the monies were spent, because that was an awful lot of money. So we're not going to go and hire professional people to spend time and money to find out where the money is, because you don't spend money to find money. But if there is another way, perhaps through the management office and the existing files, if we could see the existing files and come up with some idea of where perhaps the monies, we're not saying that the monies were not spent properly, but I think we have a right to know where the money was spent. Does that answer your question?
Who is the leader? I need a question. Okay, you have to change that. No, I don't need it.
What does he need?
My question is to the Vincent, Robert Barwena, and Mr. Zucker. You probably visit your apartment or building every year. How long per year you stay here, all three of you? I never see you. I 17 years live here. It doesn't matter.
I haven't been here for 17 years. I've been here for 4.
Four
4
years.
4 years.
Permanent resident.
I am not a permanent resident.
How long do you stay when you stay?
I come during the Christmas holidays.
1 week?
2 weeks. 2 weeks. And I come every month for about 3-4 days at a time.
And I see that you have a group of 4. If you will be elected, you have to go home right now, right?
Yes.
Because no candidate another. So both of 3 of you, I think, very relevant in the bill. How you will manage the bill?
Well,
what is your idea?
I guess I've been kind of a phantom for a number of years and only coming. I think that over a number of years, I've been kind of a phantom, and I would come down once a year, twice a year, and I had a lot to do in New York. The business took a lot of time, and now I'm retired, and I redid my apartment. I spent a lot of money on my apartment, and I didn't even know what I was getting into with all the problems that we do have in this building at this point. If I would have known it, I wouldn't have spent 6 figures fixing up my apartment. However, that being said, I plan on coming down here whenever is necessary. I'm free. I've already booked February to come down. My wife is going to come with me again. In February, she's going back to New York. I'm staying. I took a one-way ticket, and I plan on being here with whatever is necessary. However, with electronics, we can have our board meetings. We can look at each other. We can talk to each other. We can invite people to the board meetings. People have issues that we're not aware of. Make us aware of it, and they'll be discussed, and everybody will know about it. That's one thing that we haven't had in the past. I haven't had. I've been blinded over the years, and I want to see it change. We want to see it change, and that's why we're together on this.
Excuse me.
Okay. Now speaking out of turn, please. Okay.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Elena, please.
Excuse no.
We discuss it or what?
We're discussing. I have.
You only had 2 minutes. They answered the question.
I'm
Thank
going to
you.
speak on behalf of my husband and myself. We've been in this building for 40 years. 40. Do you know my face?
No,
Okay, I know your face.
You know my face.
I know your face. And you know why I know your face? Because I care about you and you and you and you. And what I hear is a lot of nonsense. What I hear is a lot of nonsense. Please sit down and let me speak. Thank you. Sit down, please. Sit down, please.
No, why sit down?
Because you're talking about this group versus that group. We don't have 2 groups here. We have one community. Sit down. My husband is so pissed off listening to this after 40 years of being here. You're talking like we live in 2 countries. We live in one building. If you don't know my face, sure he doesn't even know I live in the building. But if you don't know my face, then come and meet me and say hello. But stop making it about you and us. Sit down.
You never talk to the board.
Thank you. Thank you. We have a question in the back.
Hi. Okay, I think everybody should chill out a little bit. Anyway, what I really want to know is why everybody that is up there wants to be on the board and what their goal is with this building. Because we have been here since 1979, and I have seen a lot. Hello. I have seen a lot of ups and downs, and I know that people have the best interests at heart, and I'm sure they care. But I really want to know what their goal is to be involved in the building. And personally, I would prefer people that are here a good amount of the year. They don't have to be full-time residents, but to come 2 weeks a year, it's not the same as those of us that live here all year long. So that's my question. Just please address that. Why do you want to be on the board?
Somebody want to take this, Eric? I'm running for the board because I live here and because, unlike many people in this room, or like many people in this room, who continue to argue amongst each other, not create a pleasant environment, constantly complain about what's going on in this building, I've decided to put myself out there to do the best that I can to try to help this building. Because we all know that we need help. We need organizational help. We need professional people to complete projects in this building. And I'm making a commitment to my community because I intend to live here for the rest of my life. And I want to see this building restored to what it should be. And I'm putting my foot in to make that happen. And I want to work with everybody, not just one side or the other side, on a common mission, a common goal to fix the infrastructure of the building, because whether you realize it or not, until somebody walks through the parking lot or walks down a hallway and a pipe snaps in your apartment, or a piece of concrete falls on your head, there's things that need to be fixed here, and we can't keep talking about it. We need to do it. And I want to step up to help it happen, and I want everybody in this room who lives here, who says that this place is important to them, to step up as well and work together and stop arguing amongst each other and realize that we have to make changes in this building. Not changes in the management, not changes in the people that live here. We have to change the attitude, and we have to change. If you want to live on the beach, this is a luxury. This was a luxury building, and it's a luxury to live on the beach. It's a privilege to live on the beach. And this building is in disrepair because people who've been living here for 30 and 40 years, who've had the benefit to see how beautiful this building once was, are the same people that are sitting in this room that have also allowed this building to dilapidate to the state it's in. Okay? So I want to make this a better place. I want to make this what this should be in Hallandale, the gem of Hallandale Beach. And I want to be proud to say that I live in Park in Dorado. And I want to be proud to show my face in the hallways. And I want to be proud to look at my neighbors and be friendly and have people feel like it's a good, safe, happy environment. So that's why I'm running for the board.
Please announce your name when you speak so they know.
Eric Orenstein, I live in apartment 611.
Can I just say one thing?
Sure.
Everything, I think we all sort of mentioned what our goals were when we had our 2 minutes.
So I'm not going to repeat it, but I totally agree with everything that Eric has said. And I also live in the building. I just don't live here every day. Yes, my question is for Mr. Modowski. I would like to know what your opinion is on how to run, if you were elected on the board, how you would manage how you would look at the management company. What do you think their role is? Do you think you need to be on top of them and see everything they're going to do day to day? Or do you feel that your management company is there to help you run the building?
Well, my understanding of how things to be done is project has to be given to construction company, consultants. On each project, we need an opinion of professional. Nobody will take responsibility, I won't, on deciding how the pipe should be insulated or how the new cooler should be installed. But when this project is presented to us, I'm an engineer. This is an engineer. We have two engineers in board. We need to understand what they say. Okay, and just being a good manager of a business, we get technical problems.
But you understand that your knowledge of engineering might not happen to be what the laws and legislation is here in the state of Florida. It's very different.
I have
than
no
engineer somewhere else.
plans to design how to repair this building. I have plans to watch how professional people hired by us do it. If I look at a project that, for instance, we have estimated on $450,000 to repair our laundries, I will look at it and say, this needs to be done, this doesn't need to be done. I will say this to 3 or 4 other engineers on board, if we have some, we'll bring it to the board, and we will decide whether we should do this or that. But at least I know exactly how this laundry is built, how it works, what's happening inside of each machine. I understand how this works.
You want to look at what's happening in each machine.
Exactly. I know what to spend money on or what to not to spend money on.
But sometimes you need to spend the money.
I agree. But I know what to spend or not. I do. Thank you, Leo.
I am Canadian. And for me, the same thing, we are permanent residents and we are snowbirds, we're paying the same money. Our investment is the same of the permanent people and people who are coming in. But for me, it doesn't matter. People from Los Angeles or from Montreal, they cannot manage all year around the building. To get for a week or 2 weeks, it's nonsense. More than we're talking about unity of our building, but groups right away making us divided. That's wrong. If we have an election, it has to be individual people be in the board, not the group.
Here is the question.
My name is Judy Gottlieb, and I'm from Toronto. I'm a part-time resident here. I'm just wondering how the full-time residents who lived here could live in a building like this 12 months a year. It blows my mind that you could live like this 12 months a year. I don't think anybody, I didn't buy like this. I bought 5 years ago, and the building was not like this. It is not worse than it has gotten steadily worse over the years. I'm sorry, I'll give you the mic after, but now it's my turn, okay? But I'm happy to give it to you. It is not, yes, this is not how I would live in Canada. I'm not sure any of the part-timers here would live like this. And it blows my mind that the year-round residents here talk about the Canadians like we don't have a right. I pay for the hydro, I pay for the taxes. I probably pay more taxes than any of the full-time residents. I think I'm paying double the taxes any of the Americans are paying. I think that what I'd like to do is ask Marla what she would do to better my investment, even though I'm a Canadian, and to unify this board.
No.
I think one of my strengths is people, and I agree that although we are represented as a group, it's because over a year ago we got almost disgusted in what was going on and that we were not aware of things that were going on. So we got together, a group of us, and we are presenting ourselves as a group because we have the same vision if we were to be elected to the board. You are free to vote for all of us, any of us, none of us, as you wish. In order to answer your question more clearly, other than trying to be honest and treat each other with respect and have decisions and discussions. I mean, basically that's what the board needs to be. We need to be open and we need to be able to discuss each other and no bullying, not forcing us against them. Unfortunately, it has become, we've been called the Canadian team. Clyde Zucker is not even a Canadian, he's actually American. But I, for one, when I walk out in the pool deck, I don't like to be looked at the way I'm looked at sometimes because I am Canadian. And I really want to make this place a pretty place, but a safe place. One of my neighbors on my floors puts up a towel on top of his door and he changes it every day and it's black from the mold. And to see that, to walk into the building, whether you're walking in, like Judy said, you're walking in every day, you're seeing that. When we come after a couple of months, yes, it is, maybe we're seeing it more because we don't see it every day, and you people who live here all year round, you become accustomed to the carpeting and to the, there's no borders on the bottom, etc., etc. So I'm not sure if that answered your question, Judy.
But we can vote individually or for the team. We don't have to vote the four together.
You don't.
You all are representing.
Yes.
You're representing
We're not
everybody.
We're representing everybody. Yes, you can vote individually. It just said if we were on the board, then we would know for sure that we all at least have the same vision.
We're not representing Canadians. We're
representing
representing you.
We're representing
the Park Dorado residents. That's what we're trying to do.
We were looking at your explanation. You stated that you were all going to have committees.
Yes.
Now, I serve on many boards, none as complicated as this or would I ever even think that I have the ability to, but I always found that committees really determine how well the board serves, whatever project they're doing. Can you explain to me a little bit more about what you're looking for in the committees to help the board?
We're looking for committees that have experience in the different segments. If you want, you can pick up one of these packages that we prepared. And a great example is safety and security. We want a committee that have knowledge and experience to write policies on safety, to avoid those people that come in the Airbnb, to avoid any incident that may happen in the garage. Those policies will be presented to us, to the board, and we will look at it, analyze it, discuss it, and then it's the management's responsibility to use it. So management has policies in security, in finance, in legal matters, but it's always gone to the board, and the management company has to use that on a daily basis. We are looking for, first of all, where the committee is going to take place.
Physically where?
Physically, it should take place right here.
I'd like to comment on
How would they take place right here if you, for instance, don't live here? You won't be around.
Look,
The same way people are watching it on the computer.
You know,
People are watching it.
well, if it's this, why aren't you running as a candidate?
Let me just interrupt for 1 second. I think if you take probably the top 100 major corporations in this country today, and the board, their makeup, and when they have board meetings, how many of the boards actually attend, or how much is done over the phone or internet and by electronics today, you would be surprised. Most of it is not done at the board table. And it works.
Right.
I'd like to comment on committees in 1 second.
Leo has a comment on this question.
I want to comment on committee. About a year and a half ago, maybe, our former president, Michael Bernstein, said we would like to have committees. Next day, I came down and I signed up for technical committee, trying to help the building. I was the only one, ever. There's nobody else. Nobody signed for any committees, ever.
I signed up for committees, nobody ever called me.
Maybe. Did you ever see any of those committees work or do anything for the building? I never heard of any work on it.
Can I say something? Brief, very short.
Somebody has the mic? You can ask a question? Okay.
Hi, a lot of you know me. I was on the board for 3 years, 4 years ago. We remember. Just be quiet. Thank you. So let me make something very clear. I hear people say, oh, you gotta live in the building, you gotta live in the building. And over the years, when people live in the building, they wake up in the morning, they have nothing to do, they go downstairs and they're disturbing the manager. They're waking up, they have an idea, do it our way, and it's only our way, and then I would walk in and say, why, how come nothing is done? Because so-and-so, I'm not going into the names, woke up in the morning and said, that's how it should be done. We have a management company, let the management company manage. We have a board, let the board oversee what's going on. You don't have to live in the building to run a building. Bill Gates did not stay in all those meetings and build a multi-million-dollar business. We never in the building, my family were here since 2001. We never had, where do you live? Where do you live? You live here, you live there. You gotta live here. You don't have to live there. You have to have a brain on your shoulders. And you're gonna run this building.
Thank you. And if I could just add to that, 1 second, that's all it's gonna be. I have owned here for 5 years. For 5 years, it's been residents who've been on the board, who spend their, like she said, who spend their entire days in the management office, and who run this building into the ground. You cannot micromanage this building. And I hear people right here, some of them, who say they're gonna run things because they're an engineer. When you micromanage anything, it dies.
Exactly.
No matter what it is.
That's clear. What is, if he's engineer and he professional, he understands what's going on. It's very good.
Any other questions? Hello? Please, okay, we need any other questions for this evening? You can't ask a question on the board. You already had one. There's only one question per person, please. Let's keep order.
I want to answer that people. The guy who said that we go back, we disturb the manager.
That's not even a question. That's not. That's
not what the matter. The question I want to move the question.
Do we have any other questions? Because I think they're getting ready. Yes? A question, please.
Yeah, Leo, I'd like to ask you, and I think you have a group of 3, if I'm not mistaken, because everybody's directing it as the 4 here. You have your group too.
I recommend engineers and we elected people.
Okay, engineers, whatever. Are you in your group or the other engineers, are you willing, with our problems that we have, and it's going to cost us a lot of money, and we can't cheap out. That's been our problem. We're always going to be cheap out. Are you willing, and I want to hear you say this, are you willing to spend the money to raise our county charge? If we need an assessment, are you willing to go for that to fix our problems and not become a shoemaker and hawk and try to fix it your way? And you say you're a plumber. Are you the state of Florida? Are you a plumber in the state of Florida?
No.
Okay. And you say you have.
I'm not saying that I have a
But what I'm saying is you have to let the professionals do it. You can't micromanage and you can't push your way to get your way. You got to work with the board here. Everybody's got to work together. And I don't see that going on right now. I see 2 factions, and it's not healthy.
What is your question?
My question
What
is,
kind of engineer are
will you be
you?
willing
Is he willing to spend money?
to spend the money
I know.
and get the building in shape?
Absolutely,
And
I'm
then get it back.
telling you that this building cannot be fixed without assessment. What kind of assessment? To estimate what needs to be done, which way to do it. That's what I'm good at. And if we can spend $60,000 insulating every riser, how many risers we have, or maybe we can do it for $20,000. We have to insulate it, no way out. We need a chiller. Chiller will be the first priority. Do you understand what happens if our big chiller goes down? We're gonna lose the building. The whole building, for 3 4 months, everywhere will be green. That's need to be done right away. We need the blower, we need the dry air. Those are the projects, and they will cost what they cost. I'm not planning to build them or put them together with my hands. No, but I do know how it has to be done, and I know the proper way and the quality way. I don't buy cheap. I went to buy the hose once for our washing our cars. I spent $50 on hose because we cannot have $20 hose because 300 people using it. I understand that perfectly.
Okay, and we understand that we have to do those things first, not what you said in your paper here, the foyer or the fountain, those things are not very important.
And the fountain, and the corridors, and the painting, and the carpet, and the air conditioning, everything here has to be done. What can be done first? I don't know. We have to look at what's going to be done. Something could be done simultaneously, something cannot be done. Okay? And I know what to do, how long it takes, I know how to negotiate time frame and the money. I've experienced it. If you don't think I'm good at it, I'll be sitting in the week. Don't work for me. I'm fine.
Thank you, Leo. I think we're, as far as questions, we're good. Sergio wants to have a statement.
Okay, in 2012, somebody signed a contract for the alarm system. The permit is not closed yet, 5 years. Okay?
Shame on you.
Me, I was there. I was there. No, okay. Okay, that's nothing. It's not finished. When we finish the outstanding project, we had $3.5 million contract for restoration concrete. We spent $500,000 for our engineer. Actually, the permit is not closed. The contractor has a lien in court case against us, but the contract is not closed. Nobody read it. Seven president, 42 member. Nobody read it. The engineer left. Okay, left. He said to me when I told him to do his job. I was a member sitting in the board. I'm going to show you personally. Okay, and now he's leaking. We have done a job to do waterproof parking and the pool plaza. It's leaking everywhere. So now, in 4 or 5 years, people they go to complain again. Okay, but we don't finish what is not finished. We start doing something else. And I want to correct Mr. Leo. The most important thing for now is to get rid of the mud. Because my wife, who has infection, has to go around with a mask. And we throw away $220,000 for nothing. And you want to tell, you're all expert here. They're all expert with the war. But when it's time to do it, okay, it's 10 years I'm living here, nothing will be finished.
Good point.
I would like to commend Sergio on his courage to run again for the board after he botched up the prior boards to such a degree that this building went into the toilet. Sergio, I don't, you can do that in the lobby, I'm sorry. Is there any closing statements from anyone? I mean, thank you so much. I think it was very informative. This is a great meeting. And we'll see you right through the end.
Oh, yeah.
They might be headed there.
I have a list of questions. Am I going to start with this group? Yes.
The corner. Margarita.
I was glad that a lot of people showed up. It shows that people have to bring props.
Very nice, sir. Funny left before you leave town. I'm the one that close.
I know how to
We've only been here. Okay, I got put cheese there. She's laughing all the time. She's not there. Please. Nobody can do that. Yes, please. I want to pick up buildings and different parts of the world. Clear water.
We know what's wrong with one another. So I don't think we can
You did a good job. We improved quite a bit. You did a good job.
Okay, you're not there before. Take one of
Yeah, yes.